We back. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphk and Wasted Show.
Or the Wasted and Graphic Show. Whichever way you like to slice it. Graph, I'm jacked. I am so excited right now.
I see, man. You look like run DWT. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Not run DMC, but run wasted talent.
That's the play out. You listen, that's the great.
You know what I mean?
Listen, that you think that's a play out, bro. That's actually a compliment, man. If I'm out here following in the footsteps of the great Run and Daryl Mack, DMC, man. Run DMC, bro. You know you love Run DMC. Stop hating.
Come on, man. You know I do, man.
Bias.
Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history, man. All you guys, make sure you wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. And real quick, man, before we even pull up, we already got new members in the building. Salute to Mike. Salute to Raider Ryan for gifting 5. You already know, man. Our chat is the best chat, period. Like nothing on YouTube it's just unmatched, man. It's unmatched. And hold on real quick. We got another one, man, from our resident Kevin Nash. You already know of Shieldmore, man. Salute to Spivey on gifting 5 as well. Appreciate you. Salute to all the members. If you guys want to become a member and you missed out on these, hit the link up top on both of our channels. Become a member. It definitely keeps the lights on over here at Shieldmore. And salute to Raider DB. I love this, man. Watching from the side, Chick's house in Sac.
Yo, listen, man.
We started something.
Listen, man. Yo, that is in the spirit of what Graphk tells me Northern California is all about. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you.
Yo, salute that. He said, "What you know about Mobb Deep?" That's come on, man. I had every album as a kid, man. Come on. P is one of the greatest artists of all time, man. Salute.
Yeah, the same thing. Like, how old do you think we are, Eddie? Right? You talking about some other kind of Mobb Deep thing? Is this like some YouTube chat thing that we don't know about? Because the Mobb Deep we talking about is Havoc and Prodigy.
Yes. And I was funny. I was just listening to Hell on Earth the other day. You know what I mean? Actually, yesterday morning, working out. So yeah, come on, man. We love that real hip hop. Salute to everybody here. We got a lot to talk about today, you guys. It is officially here. The schedule that will be out there for the 2024 Las Vegas Raiders. There's been a lot of leaks today, right? A lot of talk about what this schedule is actually going to look like, and we're going to talk about the unofficial leaked schedule up to this point. We're going to see how it looks when it comes out here. What do we got? Wasted about 25 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, look, Mitch is a ruiner. Mitch has ruined everything like he usually does. That F out of here, Mitchell Renz.
Look at that. Watching from the wife's side house.
That's what the hell I'm talking about.
There you go. Hey, Hug D's. Loyal husbands unite. That's what I'm talking about, Hug.
That's right. There's no pinky going on over here. You remember Pinky from Friday? He said, listen, man, come on, don't do this. I got a girl, I got a wife on the side. Don't do this. He said, come on, baby, don't do this.
Yo, hey, real quick, I want to read this real quick. I want your take on this. I know you kind of covered it on your show as well. I did also this morning on Coffee and Convo. I want to get some predictions here, okay? If this is the true, we're going to get the show rolling now. We're going to watch the unveiling because I know the Raiders have a fire unique way of going about dropping the schedule. And this year, it's kind of special. I said it earlier, we got some of the ooses on there. My boy Sing on there, man. It's going to be dope to watch that. But according, to Aussie NFL and the NFL leak schedules on Twitter. This is what our schedule looks like, okay? And we're going to go cross, just week 1 to week 18, and we're going to see how this looks in terms of wins and losses, okay? Now, mind you guys, June 1st is not here yet. There's going to be a shit ton of cuts. There's going to be some more players, on this roster. We're going off of what the existing roster looks like right now versus the other existing rosters within the organizations that we're playing against, okay? So it's kind of interesting here, man, right? We got the Harbaugh brothers back-to-back weeks. Like, who else can say that? You know what I mean? Like, we have our divisional rival, the Chargers, week 1 in LA, our second home. You know what I mean? And then we have the Ravens on the road week 2. So we got the Harbaugh brothers. We'll start here in LA at our second home at SoFi Stadium. How are you feeling about this game? I said it earlier, Wasted. This is the perfect time to catch them because they're still going to be trying to figure this thing out. How do you feel about week 1 against the Chargers?
I feel like this is probably the most vulnerable the Chargers are going to be because the Chargers with Jim Harbaugh, we know there's going to be a marketable improvement. And the team that we played and hung 63 on, it's not going to be the team that we're going to see week 1. They're going to want to avenge that loss, and they're going to have their stud quarterback, Justin Herbert. He's going to be the most healthy that he's been or going to be all season. Right for us, right?
Yeah.
But it takes a while for things to gel. Mm-hmm. And I think that normally when you have a changing of the guard, it takes a few weeks to hit the ground rolling. We have so much continuity going into next season, especially if Aiden O'Connell starts, right?
Yeah.
That I give the edge to us because, listen, that's an unofficial home game for the Raiders.
Yes.
We run LA. Everybody knows it, and they know it too.
Well, a few things. We are 1-4 at SoFi Stadium. So we've been owned there up to this point. Let's not act as though we went out there and we've been putting up dubs on the Chargers. We are 1-4 at SoFi Stadium against the Chargers. They're going to be a better
on the field. I'm talking about in the crowd.
No, I know.
That's a home game.
No, I'm just going off of just the stats in general. This is going to be a better coached team. But the one thing that they had a problem with last year outside of coaching wasted was what? Depth. Mm-hmm. You can't change that over one offseason. They still have a lot of holes on that roster. They still need to build that thing up. This is year 1 of the Jim Harbaugh experience. It's going to take some time to put that thing together. I like what they did at the wide receiver position by going young and bringing in the young kid out of Georgia, bringing in Brennan Rice. He's going to be very, very mad because he should have never been in the 7th round in the first place. They got some weapons out there, right? I'm not really afraid of their run game. Jim loves to run the ball. They got Greg Roman out there. I'm not worried about that. I think this is going to be, I don't want to say an easy W because divisional games usually, I'm not going to talk about the 63 burger, usually don't come that easy, right? But I do have us going into LA, our second home and pulling out the W and ruining Jim Harbaugh's, homecoming per se. So 1-0, I think we can both agree on that. And once again, like I said, I think the Chargers are still building that thing. They're still trying to figure it out. They got some aging veterans, on the defensive side of the football. But the good thing for the Chargers at this time is what happens wasted usually when we face them. Usually you're looking at some of these star guys out, right? This is week 1. You're going to see Bosa. You're going to see Khalil Mack.
Yes, they're going to be the healthiest that they're going to be all season.
Yes. And that's the scary part. And then you have a Jim Harbaugh that has a great defensive mind. They're going to be ready. But I think they're still missing a few things out there. And I think that our defense is going to have Herbert shook. Us coming off that performance last year, the way we just boom, 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 got better when Josh McDaniels was let go. I just think this defense is going to come out just going insane. I got us 1-0 week 1.
The only thing, and I were
it's 5-2.
I will kind of push back on you a little bit, is Joe Alt is going to be the key to this football game. If Joe Alt hit the ground running, if he can hit the ground running, it could be a long game. But if Joe Alt has some rookie mistakes, has some hiccups, gets that pressure constantly from Max Crosby can wreck this game.
Yes.
Max Crosby can wreck this game. And also, from our side of things, when you talk about Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, right? Joey Bosa and Colton Miller has always been kind of a slugfest, right?
Yeah.
But Thayer Mumford is the kind of guy who projects to give Khalil Mack problems. Khalil Mack doesn't do well with big tackles. He's never done well with big tackles. Mm-hmm. Trent Brown used to
owned him. Owned him. Yeah.
And Thayer Mumford is a bigger tackle. I would love to see stay a month or go out there and earn his money. So the tackle battle is going to be huge in this week 1 matchup.
I agree with you, but I think Rashawn Slater is the better tackle, and they have their bookends, right? That's why I'm expecting Max to have a max game. I'm expecting Malcolm Kuntz, but I'm expecting our new $100 million defensive tackle to have a big game. You know, they still have some young guards at the Zion Johnson, Boston College. They got some, the interior of that O-line is good, but it's not great. They have 2 bookend tackles. I'm expecting Max to have a max game, but I'm expecting our new star defensive tackle to have a major game for us. I think the interior of that defensive line is going to have a field day. Him, Adam Butler, potentially Tyree if you kick him inside and out. I like what we're doing, but Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt, they are no slouches. Those guys are going to be really, really good tackles for the long game. They're going to be around for a long time.
Yeah, man, people future, brother. Yeah. This is going to be something that the Raiders, and I don't mean to cut you off, we are going to have to deal with this.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to have to deal with this. And then, you know, look, the Chargers last year was the 28th ranked defense, right? I would project the Chargers to making an ascension if, you know, Jim Harbaugh coming in with his system and with the guys he's brought over in the defensive end, if they could stay a little more healthy. Now, if you look at what the Chargers have done, man, the Chargers have gotten rid of a lot of dead weight on that roster. They're in salary cap hell, and it's going to be kind of hard for them to improve this year as far as from a player standpoint. But I think with the Chargers, with the people they already have in the building, the way they make an ascension up, you know, a lot of people's rankings is playing mistake-free football. And that's what you get with a Jim Harbaugh. So they're not going to beat themselves. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's one of the things that the Raiders need to key on. And I think them losing Austin Eckler is going to ring huge for the Raiders.
Well, you know what? I got to disagree with you on that last part. I think Eckler's aging. They went and got Kamani Vidal in the 6th round, I believe, this year. I think he's going to be one of those guys that can help in the passing game as well. They have a shit ton of running backs, but they had a great draft, though. Wasted. I mean, Lad McConkey, you know what I'm saying? Junior Colson, another linebacker that is a Jim Harbaugh guy. You know what I mean? They went and got another defensive tackle, and Justin a Bogey, I believe. I forgot. I always butcher his name. They got Cam Hart, our guy out of Notre Dame. You know what I mean? Like
a lot of rookies. A lot of rookies. See, this is the thing, Graphk. You are the king. Graphk, you are the kingpin. You're the Nino Brown of Hopium. These guys are a bunch of rookies that have not played one down, and you're telling me that a rookie running back is going to give us more problems than an established guy who has killed us for years in Austin Eckler. Losing him is big.
He didn't kill us last year. He didn't kill us last year. And you just got done talking about Joe Alt. I don't want to hear what the fuck you talking about.
Yeah, but Joe Alt is
ooh, that man.
If that is a different beast. That is their first round pick. This is a guy who was widely regarded as one of the best tackles coming out in the last 8 to 10 years. That's a totally different thing than you going out there and pulling some fringe running back on the roster as a rookie coming out and killing the Raiders. Get the F out of here, Greg.
If anybody can unlock some full potential out of a running back, who is it?
Hey, it's Jim Harbaugh in year 2, not year 1. Get the F out of here.
Salute to DB. Nothing but love from Southern Cali, but in Sacktown for work. About to go catch them Dodgers out in San Francisco, so I had to hop on to support. Salute to you, brother. Appreciate you. Fire tattoo on the back of his leg, too. That is cold. Salute to Eddie, man. I said it before and I'll say it again. Graphk and Wasted helped bring my love back for the Raiders and really football in general. Thank you, but man, that means a lot.
That means a lot, bro. That's probably one of the best comments
ever.
Yeah, for real, man. Thank you, bro, for that.
Eddie, thank you, brother. Thank you, man. And salute to Quad. Clench fist, soldiers. Like I told Wasted, the BS has to stop, but it's not going to happen until we shut their pie holes. Salute to Quad. My dog. Salute to Crash Dog as well. I'll be at the home game in my backyard against the Chargers, watching Herbert run for his life. Salute to my guy Crash Dog on the $5 donation. And also, real quick, man, salute to our brother, I am 360 Black. He gifted 5 Raider Nation Unlimited and 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to my guy, man. You guys are phenomenal. Salute to all the new members in the building because of I am 360. We appreciate you guys. If you want to become a member, hit the links pinned up top. Spivey says Tyree and Wilkins, Crosby and Kuntz, kick ass.
Oh, you damn real, Spivey. You damn real.
Facts. All right, man. Let's not harp on these games. It's not easy for us. I mean, technically, everybody keeps saying it's a home game, and I agree, but you literally have to go fly out to Los Angeles, right? So it's technically still a road game. We got the Chargers on the road. Then we go all the way out east. Wasted. I wanted to catch these guys a little later in the year. I'm going to be honest with you. Lamar Jackson, and mind you, we keep saying everybody's going to be healthy. There's still training camp. A lot of people get injured there. God forbid anything happens to anybody. But we was talking about Khalil Mack and Bosa and all these guys. Things happen in training camp also. So don't take what we're saying, literal and that they'll be ready for week one. I'm just saying that it's week one. If they're prepared, they're ready to go. It could be scary. But we got the Baltimore Ravens, dog. Another team that is just great year in and year out. Great coaching. You know what I mean? The defensive side of the football is phenomenal. Offensively, they got Lamar Jackson. They always rebuild that offensive line on the fly. They have Zay Flowers. They got a shit ton of talent at the running back position. I mean, they got Mark Andrews, top 3, top 5 at least, tight end. And then they have another young kid in Isaiah Likely that I like a lot, that 1-2 punch at tight end. How are you calling this one going back east, week 2? And mind you guys, this is just the leaks. Just the leaks. This is not official. We'll go over this once they drop here in about 20 minutes. How you feeling about that long road trip out east to Baltimore week 2, man?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, West Coast teams making that trek to play east is not been great over the years, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's not been, and we don't know if this is going to be a 1:00 game, and it's even more daunting when it's a 1:00 game. I never count my Raiders out. A couple of years ago, we went into Baltimore and we won a game nobody thought we would. No, we actually won in Las Vegas, actually. But, we beat Baltimore, early in the season. Lamar Jackson, a lot of times early in the season, doesn't play the best, right?
Yeah.
Look, if I'm being honest, this is going to be a tough.
Sometimes you're right.
Look, if I'm being honest, it's going to be a rough one for the Raiders because they have to make that trek east and then have to deal with the reigning MVP of the league. And then, listen, make no mistake about it. The Ravens are still the Ravens. When you talk about identity, right?
Yeah.
You talk about, teams being built with a certain like kind of thumbprint. The Raiders used to be that. We're getting back to that. Now, the Ravens are a team that I can think of right now. Them and the Steelers are the teams that are built in a certain way, and they don't waver from, how they do things. The Ravens are one of the best defenses in the National Football League.
Oh, yeah. Clear.
And they still are. Their offensive line is still physical, and it's gonna be a tough one for the Raiders. Now, I if I'm being honest, I hate ever picking against my Raiders, but this is going to be a tough one for the Raiders to pick up, man.
Yeah. A lot of star power out there. Lamar, Derrick Henry. We didn't even talk about one of the greatest running backs of our generation going over to Baltimore this year. Kyle Hamilton, Notre Dame guy, probably the best safety in the league. Mark Andrews, Roquan Smith. They went and got Devontae Walker also in this draft. I like that sneaky move for them. They got the best kicker in the world in Justin Tucker, Marlon Humphrey, and then they had a really good draft wasted. They went and got Nate Wiggins out of Clemson. You know what Baltimore does with corners. They're going to end up turning this kid into something special. They got TJ Tampa in the 4th round. They're probably going to turn him, like they're going to make him into something as well. They got Roger Rosengarten. Once again, like I said, they always rebuild this offensive line. Like they let some guys go this offseason, but they just always build this thing up on the fly. They went and got a young linebacker also out of Penn State. This is a scary team, especially flying from the West all the way out east. I'm going to keep it a buck with you guys. I think we make this a game, but I think the Ravens end up beating us at the end of the game.
And I'm going to be honest with you, too. The Ravens allowed the fewest touchdowns last season. They only allowed 26 touchdowns. They only allowed 301 yards a game last year. That put them at about 6th in the National Football League. Yeah. Listen, the Ravens are on both sides of the football are the kind of team that we would like our team to become.
Yeah.
And the difference is, and this is why I give the Ravens the edge in this game, is that they have a superstar under center.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's the guy that can make things happen in real time when there's nothing there. He's a guy that can explode and do some things that other people just can't do.
And so once again, brother, Rosengarten, they have a young, but some noteworthy names: Ben Cleveland, Tyler Linderbaum. They went and got our guy at USC a year ago and redshirted him, Andrew Voorhees. This is a very, very talented team. There's a reason why they were in the AFC Championship last year. I'm going to be honest. I can't be so Raider biased to say we're going to win every game. Can we win? Yes. I'm taking the L on this one. I think we both agree 1-1 at this point. Salute to GA Patriot. Salute to the best chat family watching the best content on YouTube. Salute to my guy, man. Salute to Mr. Rogers. Hope to see you guys in the J-Lot before Raiders game. see you there. You'll definitely see us this year, brother. We're going to be out and about, moving and shaking. You're definitely going to see us out there, man. Salute to
everywhere. You ain't never there. Why would I never care?
Hashtag, you already know. Here we go. Let's get to the next one. Week 3, we are back home for the first time, this season. I know we can consider LA, but we're in Vegas at Allegiant Stadium, our home opener against one of the worst teams in the NFL. They made some strides this offseason, but they're still a very poorly ran franchise. They overpaid a lot. They overpaid some Reggie ass offensive linemen this offseason. Wasted. We got the Carolina Panthers here, week 3 with Bryce Young in year 2. How are you feeling about this game right here, week 3? I think we can pretty much get through this pretty fast,
bro. Yeah, listen, man, this should be a dub. And if we don't win this game, that's indicative of what kind of season we're gonna have. I'm gonna be honest with you. This game is a must win. It is a must win, man. I am not up here sitting out here worried about Chuba Hubbard and Deontay Johnson, and you can worry about Adam Thielen and Xavier Legette, the good looking young rook. But look, man, you have got a team that is rudderless, and you have the worst owner in professional sports.
Yes. And you know what's funny? I think that they have one of the sneakier drafts this year. I got to keep it a buck. Xavier Legette, he's a monster. They got Jonathan Brooks, probably one or two best running backs in this draft coming out of Texas. Trevin Wallace, a guy we talked about, the young linebacker out of Kentucky. They went and got Jatavian Sanders out of Texas also. Jaden Crumby, another defensive tackle, sneaky name out of Mississippi State. Michael Barrett, a linebacker we like out of Michigan. And Charles Smith, corner out of Washington State. So they had a sneaky draft, but I just don't think they've done enough. I don't think that they're, I think, like we said, poor ownership, poor GM. I think this should be a game where we make a statement and just blow these motherfuckers out.
Now let's hope so. Now, what you also are forgetting, they have a lot of aging players who once were stars in this league.
Yeah,
you have Jadeveon Clowney on this roster, Shaq Thompson on this roster. Yeah. You know what I mean? Derek Brown is still on this roster.
Adam Thielen, Xavier Woods, J.C. Horn is a star. This is a team that I wouldn't call J.C. Horn a star, but I hear you.
J.C. Horn,
he can be, but he hasn't.
He hasn't lived up to the dream. So let me walk that back. But what I will say is this is the reason why you can never take your opponents lightly.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why I say this is a team that is going to be the litmus test for the Raiders, because you do have Miles Sanders still on his roster, Rashard Penny, all these guys. If they do lose this game, it will be that the Raiders are the same old Raiders. This is a team they should beat.
Yep. I agree.
Beat, man. And if they don't, we should be worried. And these are one of those games that if they don't win this game, you will see us hitting the panic button early this season. This is a heat check for the Raiders.
I totally agree with you. But either way, we can agree, right? 2-1?
2-1, man. Let's go.
We stay home the following week. We have a team that, has dealt with some injuries at the running back position. Dealt with some injuries at the quarterback position. They threw a damn 90-year-old quarterback out there last year that had a lot of success early on in his career with the Baltimore Ravens. But they have one of the top defenses in the NFL, Wasted. And this is going to be really one of those first challenges for this offense, whether it's Aiden O'Connor, Gardner Minshew, whoever it is. This is going to be a major challenge for this offensive side of the football. We got the Cleveland Browns at home back-to-back. They also had a sneaky draft. They went and got Mike Hall Jr. out of Ohio State, Zach Zinter, one of our favorite guards in this year's draft. They got a sneaky wide receiver to add to all the other talent that they have, Amari Cooper. And they went and made a trade with the Denver Broncos and brought in some more talent with them at the wide receiver position. But they got another playmaker in Jamari Thrash, Nathaniel Watson, linebacker out of Mississippi State. This is a sneaky offense as well. And it looks like Deshaun Watson should be ready for I don't know where he's going to be at this point, but this is a sneaky team. Outside of the defense, we know what they got. But
there is nothing sneaky about this team, Graphk. There's nothing sneaky about this team. This team is right up front. This team is one of the more talented rosters in football. They're the number one defense, and until otherwise, they're the number one defense in football, and they have a myriad of talent up and down this damn field. Joe Baton,
everywhere, offensive side of football, defense, everywhere.
This team is built out, man, and this is another heat check for the Raiders. This shows us where we stand in the hierarchy of the AFC.
Yeah,
This
agree.
is the game that'll show us. Now, what's going to be indicative of how the Raiders are going to.
Nick Chubb won't be ready either, you guys. I want to throw that out there. He's not going to be ready.
So how this is going to like kind of show us where we are is how well Deshaun Watson is playing at this point, because we have not gotten the Deshaun Watson from the Texans yet. And I don't know if that guy's ever coming back, and I hope that he doesn't come back this game. I'm going to pick the Raiders because Nick Chubb is such a humongous part of this team since Deshaun Watson has been out, and Deshaun Watson has played very bad. And at this point in the season, you can't get out of the Deshaun Watson business based off of what they paid for him. So even if he's playing bad, they're going to have to stay the course. And I predict that Deshaun Watson plays bad. I don't think that Deshaun Watson makes that rebound back to superstardom. Deshaun Watson, for whatever reason, his mindset, him being out of football for like 2 years almost. I mean, how many years has he missed so far now? Because last year he didn't play very much. He didn't look well. I don't know how healthy Deshaun Watson is at this point.
The shoulder injury is serious. You know what I mean?
And listen, he is a thrower of the football, and it's his throwing shoulder. So Deshaun Watson, man, is a guy where until otherwise proven, he has to come out and show me that he can play. And if he's under center, he's actually a detriment to the team if he's playing the way he did last year. So I got the Raiders in this one.
I'm going to say this. I still like their run game. You know what I mean? Last year, Jerome Ford came in, the young kid out of Cincinnati, ran the football effectively for him. But they are adding Jerry Jeudy into the mix with Amari Cooper, the Alabama connection right there. I like their depth pieces at wide. Like, this may be the deepest wide receiver room in the NFL, bro. Like, they have David Bell out of Purdue. I was a big fan of him coming out the draft. Elijah Moore. I thought he was going to be a superstar, but it just hasn't really worked out. They got David Njoku, you know what I'm saying, out there at the tight end position. I just don't know if they're going to be able to offensively get the ball up and down the field. You know what I mean? Defense, this may be a low-scoring game here. It's going to be defense versus defense. You know, it depends on who makes more turnovers on the offensive side of the football. I'm hoping that Aiden or Gardner can limit that. And at the end of the day, man, I got us winning a close one at home. Close one.
Yeah, and this is another heat check. This is showing where the Raiders sit in the hierarchy of the AFC. I mean, people say that the Raiders don't have the hardest schedule in the National Football League, and maybe this is my Raider bias showing. Excuse me. But this is a daunting schedule. Every week we have a quarterback who is now sitting at the head of the table as one of the better quarterbacks in the National Football League, and you have a Deshaun Watson who was a superstar at one point. So this is going to be a daunting challenge, man.
Yeah, I got this like a 16-13 type deal, maybe 17-14 type deal. I know it's, in Allegiant, so we're not have to worry about any conditions. Most of the time when we go play Cleveland, it's just insanely windy out there. Remember, we had the Windy Bowl; it was nasty out there. But I got us winning a close game. So at this point, what are we now? We 3-1?
Yes, sir.
3-1.
The Raiders winning a slobber knocker. Shout out to JR.
I love it. Salute to Ray. Defense wins championships, but our O-line will ultimately determine our starting quarterback. What do you guys think about that? Raiders for life. I think this O-line is going to be really good. Ray, I think they did a phenomenal job rebuilding it this offseason in the draft. You know what I mean? Letting Jermaine Illuminor go and putting their trust and faith in a Mumford. I think this offensive line is going to be sneaky this year, and I think that they're going to protect whoever's out there at the quarterback position. I do. I think this offense is going to turn the corner this year. I don't think they're going to be one of the top offenses in the NFL by any means, but I think it's going to be under the radar type offense. I think we're going to run the football effectively. It's going to open up the passing game, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and say I think we're going to have a top 5, top 10 offense. You know what I mean? I think we're going to have a middle of the pack type offense. But it's going to be the defense that's going to be top 5. It's going to be out there winning us some football games. Salute to Ray. Salute to Crash Dog Wasted. Can you put your membership link in the chat? If one of the one of the mob fathers, if you guys are still here in the building, do me a favor if you can, man. Put the membership from Wasted in the comment section if possible, brother. Please. Salute to DB. No happy ending for Watson this time. Raiders.
It might be. He's in Las Vegas, the land of the happy endings. Deshaun Watson might get lost and never make his way back.
There you have it. All right, right now, get back on the road here. We're going against a team that we've owned. I mean, literally owned these past few, 3-4 seasons. I think it's 8-9 in a row at this point. The Denver Broncos going out to Mile High, facing Sean Payton and Bo Nix.
High stakes.
How are you feeling about this one right here, Wasted?
I think that the Raiders retain ownership over the Broncos. And we win this one. I think it's imperative for the Raiders to make it to the playoffs to maintain ownership over the Broncos and win both of those games. It is imperative.
It's officially at 7 o'clock, you guys. The schedule is officially about to drop right now. I like what they did in the draft. They brought in Bo Nix. They needed a quarterback. They went and got Troy Franklin, the kid that he has a connection with out there at Oregon. They brought in Chris Abrams-Drain. Another guy that we liked a lot out of Missouri. Audric Estime, the running back out of Notre Dame. Yes. Big Notre Dame fans over here. I like what they did in the draft, but they're still kind of recharging out there, trying to retool and turn that thing around. I know we're on the road, but like you said, we've owned them. We've owned them. And I think we'll continue to own them.
And listen, at the end of the day, what you can expect from most rookie quarterbacks, not named Cam Newton, is you're going to have some rookie growing pains. I don't expect for Bo Nix to come into the National Football League and hit the ground running to the point where he can come in and kind of dictate the pace and tenure of this game. I think he's going to be out there fighting for his life in the infant stages of his NFL career. Now, do I think Bo Nix can be a good quarterback in this league? Yes. But I don't see him being the kind of talent where he comes in and lights the Raiders up as a rookie. I just don't see it.
Okay. Real quick.
Now this is sight unseen, him playing in college. Now, this is not him playing preseason. So now that's where I'm judging it from.
All right, here we go, y'all. I'm going to play this video real quick so we can get the official tissue here. You see right here, bro?
It's official like a referee with a whistle.
Let's go.
Whispers of opposition. A storm.
Look, Joseph, I'll read that in 1 second, brother. Hold on real quick.
Brace yourselves.
We're going to predicate this organization on class, pride, and poise.
All right, everyone, it's time. And we're live in 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
The autumn wind is a pirate.
This is fire.
Blustering in.
If we get demonetized for this, I don't care.
With a rollicking.
I love it.
Raider Nation, stand up.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
All right. So here we go. Salute real quick to our ooses. Also, yeah, that gave me that The Rock. The Rock. I'm like, whoo, goosebumps for real. So here it goes. It looks as though we have the real deal. There's nothing different on this, you guys. It looks like the exact schedule that we were having. So, but now we can keep this on the screen. That's what's actually cool. So now I don't have to look at it. But phenomenal video, man. Salute to the people out there in Las Vegas that put that thing together. Salute to the Ooses. Salute to all the fans that were a part of that. That was phenomenal. Now let's get back to it. We're 3-1 at this point. We got Denver October 6th in Denver. I'm still like have chills from the video, man. I got us winning this football game, man.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, I don't think there's really too much to talk about until they can win one from us. I just look, I'm going against the Broncos every time, all day, every day, because we've owned it.
Rookie starting quarterback.
There you go.
A team that's less, they're not as talented of a football team as we are. It's just let's just be for real. From all up and down the roster, the Raiders have them beat all across that roster. So yeah, we got that one.
And real quick, I like that somebody said you missed the preseason games. We got Minnesota, the Cowboys, the Niners. That's a chance to see what some of these depth pieces, some of these young rooks, some of these guys on the practice squad, look like. So not going to go too much into detail about those games. All right, so October 13th. These guys, man, before Wasted, we've owned these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like the last few decades we were just smacking these motherfuckers around. And these last 2 seasons got a little ugly for us. Yeah. I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is that rivalry that is renewed because back in the day what this meant. What this meant back in the day. The Raiders Steelers.
It shaped the history of the National Football.
Yeah, and these guys went out and got Russell Wilson on the cheap. They went and got Justin Fields for the cheap. Their quarterback room looks a lot better than it did these past few years. They have a nice run game. With Najee and who is it? Is it Warren? I believe it's Warren, right? And then they went and tooled up in the draft. How are you feeling about this game? It is in Las Vegas, so I got another one back home.
I got us winning this game. Now, listen, I think the Steelers are going to be better, but I think if you think that Russell Wilson is going to round back in shape and become like an MVP level quarterback, you're sadly mistaken. And I think the Steelers, with the roster that they have on a week-to-week basis, can be beat. They can be beat. And at this time of the season, let's see how healthy the Steelers are. And then you have a Cam Hayward that's holding out, and we got to see how that happens.
Seen that too. The thing that frightens me about the Steelers, they struggled a little bit on that O-line. They went out this year and they got probably potentially 3 starters from day one. Troy Fautanu out of Washington. They went and got Zach Frazier, one of the better centers in the league out of West Virginia. They went and got Mason McCormick, one of our favorite guards out of South Dakota State. Yeah. So their quarterback is going to be very well protected. They added a Roman Wilson, a wide receiver out of Michigan. Peyton Wilson, one of our favorite players in this draft. He fell down to, I believe, 97 in the 3rd round.
All rookies.
Yeah, I know. But at the end of the day, we're putting a lot on JCP in year 1. We're putting a lot on,
we're putting a lot on one rookie, bro.
Bowers too. What you mean,
bro? We're putting a lot on one rookie, right? In that positional group, we got a rookie that is surrounded by 2 seasoned veterans. We have a rookie that's on the left side of the line that's surrounded by our best lineman and another elder statesman that came out in the same draft. So that's a lot different than you having 80% of your line being straight up rookies. So what are the odds all 3 of them play in tandem well? That is the thing. So in the future, their quarterback of the future might be protected a lot, very, very well. But this year, somebody is going to have an issue there.
Okay. So
maybe you play well, but maybe one of them don't.
Since you're spewing nonsense into the universe, how are you feeling about this game?
The effing disrespect, young whippersnapper. Don't you ever?
Zach Frazier is going to be probably a potential All-Pro center in this league.
Yeah, but that's Zach Frazier. But what about the other 2? You know what I'm saying? Like one of them are not like. It's just the law of averages. What are the law of averages that all 3 of them play? Bang up football. There's going to be false starts there. There are going to be growing pains. There are going to be sacks given up. And then with Russell Wilson, as limited as he's been in the last few years, I have the Raiders winning this game. They have to come all the way west. They come into our house. We're winning this game. And then, not for nothing, Najee Harris has played well against us, but he's very, very inconsistent. George Pickens is inconsistent. We're winning this game, bro.
It's not inconsistent. Quarterback play has been ass. And to be honest with you, Najee, Najee struggled to run the ball because that offensive line has been ass, and they did everything in their power to get that O-line better. But at the end of the day, we're 4-1 right now. You got to win 5-1.
I got to win. And like I said, man, these guys, you can't just put everything on an offensive line with Najee Harris. There's a lot of times when Najee Harris isn't hitting the right hole. Najee Harris is dancing. He's doing listen, bro. It's not all on the line all the time. There's a lot of guys who have come into this league and torn this league up with subpar offensive lines. And I'm going to give you a guy who played for the Raiders, Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs, a lot of the times didn't have the best lines, but he always was a guy who was productive in this league. Najee Harris should have been better from this standpoint, man. They've
struggled to run the ball, Wasted, because that O-line has been bad, bro. Like Najee still had over 1,000 yards, I believe, every season he's had in the NFL. That doesn't mean a lot.
He's had 800 yards his second season. He had 1,100 his first season. He gets a lot of carries, bro. He gets a lot of carries, bro.
Well, they got Warren. Let's not act as though that kid can't run the football too. You know what I mean? So they're going to move on from Najee. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option. He'll probably be somewhere next year. But either way, I got to win. So whatever the fuck we talking about, I still got us winning. We're 5-1 at this point. Now, this is the one that gets a little tricky for me. Okay, we're going back to LA, back to SoFi. And salute to Joseph Allen. Look at the second half of the season. No cold weather games.
That was George Pickens. My bad. I stand corrected. 1,000 yards all 3 seasons. Graphk. You were right. I was wrong.
There you go. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And I don't want to fight about it, so I'll just let him have it. You know, he'd be wrong.
Yeah.
But salute to Joseph. That's right, though. No cold weather games. Maybe there is rain, but no snow. I like that, Joseph. And salute to Spivey. We need to channel our entertain. Our defense will F some people up. Look forward to the season. Salute to my guy. Now let's get to it. This is the one right here. I'm gonna be real with you guys. We're 5-1 at this point. We won some games. I mean, it sounds like we're Raider fans right here, right? 5-1. I got us losing this game, bro. I think that they're a better coach team. I love AP. It's still going to take some time, you know, for us to adjust, you know, with the whole AP experience. They went out again. They had a great draft. This is what they do. Sean McVay, he lost Aaron Donald, the best defensive tackle of our generation. I mean, at least in recent memory, right?
No, he's the best of this generation, definitely.
There you have it.
John Randall is another generation. So
yes, but they went out and they had a phenomenal draft. This is literally probably one of my top 3 favorite drafts. They went out and got Jared Verse, Braden Fisk to take Aaron Donald's spot, 2 Florida State Seminoles back-to-back. They got Blake Corum, who is going to be a phenomenal pickup for them. Undersized, but he's going to run the football really good out there in that scheme. Cameron Kitchens, the safety out of Miami, Florida. I think that's a really good pickup. And then they got the edge rusher, Brennan Jackson, out of Washington State also. McVay is going to have that team, if they can stay healthy with Puka and Cooper Kupp coming back, really, really getting right from that injury. Look, bro, if they have Stafford out there and he's ready to go, I got an L right here. I got us losing in LA to the Rams. Not saying we can't beat the Rams. I'm not saying it at all. I'm just saying the Rams losing this football.
This is a must win for the Raiders.
Must, huh? 5-1, must win.
This is a must win because you gotta look at the way the rest of the schedule is shaping out, right? So you have the Rams, right, and then you're going into a week where you're playing the defending world champions. Then after that, you're playing the Cincinnati Bengals with a rejuvenated Joe Burrow.
Yep.
Then you're flying all the way east, and the 10 o'clock game in the Eastern time zone against the Miami Dolphins was always rough for the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
You can go on a 4-game slide, presumably, if you don't get this win. This is a huge win for the Raiders.
Okay, so you got us winning.
Yes, I have us winning because, you know, Matthew Stafford hasn't been the healthiest. Matthew Stafford's not getting any younger. And I think this is the year where the rubber meets the road. I think this is probably Matthew Stafford's last year in the National Football.
Well, remember, they have a great run game out there too, Wasted. They have a great running game. You know what I mean? So they can run the football, even if, let's just say Stafford is hurt and they're dealing with some injuries. They can run the football effectively. They have a really good tight end. They have really, really great wide receivers. I got us losing this football game, man.
I got us winning this one.
Okay.
I got us winning this one a little more LA home cooking.
Okay, 6-1. Okay, so 6-1. I got us at what, 5-2?
Yeah.
Okay. We go home and we face the defending champions in our place, where we've never beat the Kansas City Chiefs. We've never beat them at home, right? Never beat them in Las Vegas. I believe we haven't beat them there, right?
We haven't.
They've owned us. And the last game of the season last year, that's all that really matters. They won the Super Bowl in our place. I'm not going to go over their draft. I'm not going to go over what their roster looks like. This is one of the greatest teams in the NFL, and y'all are going to hate me for this. But until we can prove to beat them, I got us losing this game.
I got us losing this game as well.
Okay. I don't really have anything else to talk about. Can we beat them? Yes. But we have not beaten them in Las Vegas, and I just have them coming out, and it may be a close game, but I have us losing this game.
Yeah, I have this game being more competitive than it normally is because they normally boat race us when they come into Las Vegas. But I have us losing this game, a close one.
Okay. So you got what, 6-2? I got 5-3. Salute to RS. So Sunday Night Football or Thursday Night Football is wild. I was thinking at least 4. Remember this, RS. If we win some football games this season, they will flex a few games at the end of the year and give us some more nationally televised games. I'm expecting 4 national games this year. I'm expecting 4. I think they're going to flex a few games, work some things around. I know we only have a couple at this point. I'm expecting more than that. So salute to you. Salute to Pace also. So home game at SoFi Stadium week 1. Nice. I like it. Yeah, and I know people are mad. I get it. You got upset. How is he a Raider fan? Hey, I'm just being honest, being transparent.
Hey, listen, we are fans, but we have to be objective. We have to give you guys the truth.
Yeah.
right? Because most people sit up here and say, "Oh, the Raiders 17-0." That's not. We can't do that. We have to be realistic. This is the National Football League. There's only been one undefeated team all the way through wire to wire. It's the Miami Dolphins, and there's only been one that had an undefeated regular season. That's the Patriots. Yep. So by the law of averages, every team loses every year. It all depends on how the season finishes, though.
Facts. All right, we're going on the road after this, you guys. Facing the Kansas City Chiefs at home, October 27th, November 3rd. We are playing in Cincinnati. This is going to be a cold weather game. This is going to be one of the ones. I think this is going to be a really good game. I think we get our revenge from that wild card game, man. I really do. Burrow should be healthy. They have T. Higgins. I don't know what they're doing. I know he's trying to get an extension or trying to move somewhere else. They don't have the money to really pay him right now. I know he's disgruntled. Trey Hendrickson is disgruntled, the defensive end. They had a really good draft too. I hate to just keep repeating myself, but they went and got some help out there. They went and got Amarius Mims, the right tackle out of Georgia, to help provide some protection for Joe Burrow. They went and got Chris Jenkins, one of the better defensive tackles in this year's draft. Jermaine Burton, a wide receiver out of Alabama that went under the radar. He's actually a really, really good option if T. Higgins does end up eventually moving on, which I think he will. They got McKinley Jackson, defensive tackle with Texas A&M. I know I keep mentioning rookies, but I'm just saying we're going over the draft. Josh Newton, sneaky corner out of TCU. Eric All, tight end out of Iowa. How are you feeling about this game right here? Wasted.
I have this. This is a tough one, man. I have the Raiders losing this one. I have the Raiders 10 o'clock game. It's a Central Time zone, but the thing about it is, most likely a cold weather game. And Aiden O'Connell's a kid who can play. And it's a team that's built for cold weather. But the thing is, it's very, very hard to go in and beat one of the three best quarterbacks in the National Football League. And if Joe Burrow's healthy, and with the receiving core he have and all of the talent he has at the skill positions, I see the Raiders having issues staying up unless Aiden O'Connell takes. See, a lot of my opinion is based off of, how I view Aiden O'Connell at this point. Or how I view Gardner Minshew at this point. If Aiden O'Connell makes a tremendous leap forward, then I would cook him with gas. But the thing is that the fact of the matter is most of these weeks we're going into games with the worst quarterback. Yeah. And normally when you have the better quarterback and you have a more experienced coach, you got to take that pick. Now, Zach Taylor has been pretty damn good. Initially they wanted to run the guy out of town, but he's one of the better coaches in the National Football League. The Bengals have a very, very talented roster. I have the Bengals winning this one at home.
Gio, we are 1-4 against them. We beat them, I believe, in 2020 at SoFi Stadium, pandemic year. I got us winning on the road. I think this is going to be one of those statement wins on the road. We got some tough ones on the road this year, Wasted. The Baltimore game is going to be very, very tough. But I think that Cincinnati, man, I think, and this may sound crazy. This may be a hot take here. I think that they missed their window, man. I think they missed their window. I think that if they were trying to win a championship, they should have already won one. I know they lost to the Rams. They've been a few AFC championship games. They have, still have a nice roster. I feel like they're regressing. I think they're going to regress this year. And I got us beating them. In Cincinnati. Why not?
So all right, let me get this right. So they've missed their window with a quarterback that was born in 1996.
Yeah.
He's a kid, Graphk.
Yeah.
What the F are you talking about?
I'm talking about that window right now. I'm not talking about they can't bounce back and make another run at some point. I'm just saying
the window closes when the quarterback and that wide receiver is no longer there and that coach is no longer there. It's the same window. What the F are you talking about? The window's open.
The window's closed.
Man, get the F out of here.
The window's closed, man. We locked that shit up. It's a wrap. We beating Cincinnati. I don't give a shit what you're talking about. On the road, we get Cincinnati.
F out of here.
You know what I mean? Salute to Rudy the vet, man, my guy. What's up, Wasted and Graphk? Y'all headed to the Baltimore game. Now that it's week 2, man, shit. I mean, do you want to go? We rolling?
I don't know, man. We got to talk about that off air, man.
Okay, let's talk about it. Salute to Rudy, our guy. He said, bro, just be saying shit. Hey, man, hey, start a podcast. You can say some shit too. Salute to you, Oscar. Real quick, man. So after that, we get a bye week, a much-needed bye week. And actually, you know what? I'm supposed to be doing something here. Real quick, give me a second, real fast, man. I want to do something here because
out of here, Graphk.
Let me see. Real quick, man. Hold the chat down for a second, man.
Nah, listen. I don't have the capabilities to pull up anything on this chat. But What I will say is this year, Cincinnati, you guys got to look at the fact that the Cincinnati Bengals still have one of the most talented rosters in the National Football League. And you can't just poo-poo that. You can't poo-poo that. You have to really, really look at how this thing happens as far as matchups goes. You know what I mean? Like when you look at their wide receiver core, man, like, you know, until our secondary proves otherwise that we can stop these guys, this is going to be a tough game, man. This is going to be a freaking tough game, man.
You guys have to remember this as well. I'm not saying that their window is closed because of like T. Higgins is going to be out of there soon. Trey Hendrickson is already complaining right now, coming off of a major productive season. If he doesn't get a new deal, he'll retire. Burrow has not been able to stay healthy, you guys. We're talking about a guy that has not been able to stay healthy these past few seasons. I mean, what the fuck? Am I that far-fetched? They missed the playoffs last year. Yeah, they had another guy playing quarterback, but they have a guy that has been hurt over and over again. Why am I tripping by saying that they potentially maybe missing out on their window?
So what you're saying is that there's no possibility in your mind that Joe Burrow ever gets back to form.
Oh, like
once we determine that Joe Burrow is no longer one of the upper echelon quarterbacks in his league, that's when their window's effectively closed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you know,
I'm right, you're wrong. Get the F out of here. Thank you.
Last time I checked, man, you just fact checked something a few seconds ago, and I was right, and you had to correct yourself. So here we go.
Well, listen. Turnabout is fair play. Listen, the sun shines on the dog's ass every once in his life, man. You're due to be wrong after the last 100 times of you being wrong. It's okay, Graphk. It's all right. The F out of here, man.
Hold on.
Well, hey, listen, my guy Raider Rebel said, but the Bengals offensive line was sus last year and didn't lose a tackle. And our defense will be much, much better. Raider Rebel with the Raider hopium coming out of his ears right now. My brother Ridgeback is in the place, man. He says, Cincy is the 99-cent store of the league. No one wants to play there. Mike Brown. Hey, man, listen.
Hey, I've been to Cincinnati a few times. I never want to go back. So
yeah, it sucks. It's the same way Detroit.
You still hating on the D, man. You wilding, bro. Detroit.
Oh, man, nasty work.
It is called the D, bro.
About the effing soap. This guy's talking about D and what the F is going on here,
time, bro. I am
from open grand closing, everybody.
Listen, I am from Sac.
I know that's nasty too. You just talking about D and sacks on it. The F is going on here, man.
Hey, salute to Detroit, man. My country cousins, man. I love Detroit, man. I love Detroit. Real quick, you guys. So we have a bye week right here, and it's well needed. You know what I mean? This is actually a perfect time to get the bye. I think it's probably the best bye week we've had in many moons. Wasted. I mean, can you agree? Week 10, you know what I mean? Yeah. We've been going a nice little run. Finally get a bye here. I think this is actually a cool, perfect time to retool coming off the road. Wait, wasn't it back to back? Or could be.
There's at and a verse to Kansas City and then at. So that's that. So
coming off the road, we get a bye week because we're going to need it because we're playing a team that is just speed. But I said this the other day on the show. I wanted the Miami Dolphins a little later in the season, Wasted, because you know how speed is. You got Waddle out there, you got Tyreek, you got a chain. Was it a chain? You have you went and got the young kid out of Tennessee. What is it, Jalen Wright? You got OBJ. There's a lot of speed there. But by week 11, these young kids, these young guys, I don't want to say they're all young because some of them are low age, but they're beat up. These speedsters are beat up. The hamstrings are all, you know what I mean? Like, this is a good time to catch the Miami Dolphins lacking in Miami.
A bunch of show ponies. That's what it is. And, you know, the Dolphins, you talk about a team whose window never opened. I don't see the Miami Dolphins. I see them being a team who is flashy and everybody picks them every year, but I don't see them being a team that gets much motion because what they lost was they lost the linchpin of their defense. And he plays for the Raiders right now.
Christian Wilkins.
And also they have an off-injured quarterback who wasn't that good to begin with and Tua turned the ball over. You have all of these players. You have all of this talent, how fast they are, all this and that. By this time in the season, some of them show ponies are going to be in the staple.
Agreed.
And I think the Raiders are going to go down there and we're going to bust them in the mouth and we're going to be physical and you're going to get a better Aiden O'Connell. We almost beat them last year and they were a better football team last year. We're going to go down there, offer the bye week. Hopefully, you know, and this is one thing about AP that I love. He entrusts his guys to be professionals. So he's probably not going to do the whole go to the East Coast time zone thing, right? It'd be nice if he did after the bye week, but he's going to trust his guys after the bye week to come retooled, ready, and acclimated to that East Coast time and go in there and go beat the Dolphins. I love the fact that they don't have to turn around on a dime and go into Miami, right after playing in another time zone and getting nicked up. So they're going to be healthy and they're going to be rejuvenated. I got us winning that game.
I got us winning this game too. We have a few former Miami Dolphins on this defensive line. I think they're all going to be coming out for blood. You know what I mean? And to be real with you, at this point, in a few weeks, I think we may even have another former Dolphin that is very disgruntled with this organization after being a three-time All-Pro cornerback for them. I'm really holding still hopes out that Xavier Howard is a Raider.
Get the F out of here.
I'm just saying, man. You know what I mean? Like,
stop with this.
And also, look, we played them very close last year, you guys. We played them like we almost escaped Miami with a dub. This team is better this year. We have way more talent, top to bottom, way more depth, right? We had a really good draft to add to this. We just stockpiled a bunch of talent this offseason. I have us going out to Miami and beating them. I do. I have us beating Miami in Miami. Nice weather. It's probably gonna be late 70s, early, like it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice, bro. It's gonna be nice out there.
It might be. It's the middle of November. You never know. Florida is weird that way. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to be cold down there because it's like tropical. Like northern Florida is a little different, but down there in Miami, it's kind of like tropical weather down there. But it might be nice and mild. So a lot of the advantage that the Dolphins have is early in the season because after halftime, that sun shifts and it kind of bakes the guys on the visiting roster. But later in the year, the temperatures aren't as bad. So you might have a nice mild day and the Raiders can go in there and just kick their ass the whole time.
1824, when you really watch college football and you really, really dive deep into some of these players and you realize that was probably a historic, draft class in terms of talent, I think a lot of these teams we're going to be praising the way they drafted. Don't get me wrong. There were some teams out there that drafted very poorly. And if we were playing them, I would say it. They had a bad draft, so on and so forth. Most of these teams on this list had really, 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 really good drafts. So I have to give them their flowers at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
And see, the thing about it is, Graphk, in time, you will be 100% correct about a lot of these teams that you think have drafted well. Right?
Oh, yeah. I know it's early.
But it doesn't normally pay dividends right in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why, if I'm being honest, that's why I'm pushing back on you because all of these rookies are not going to pay dividends right off the bat. We will see how good this draft class will be 3 years after that.
Shut the fuck up.
Man, get the F out of here.
Salute to everybody here in the building. Hey, wipe them feet, y'all. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Pay your bar tabs on both channels. We appreciate you guys, as always, breaking down the official schedule of our Raiders for the 2024 season. So we go from playing in Miami, where we both it's an early game too. I didn't realize it's 10 a.m. It's gonna be a tough one.
That's a tough one. I said they have to overcome that. But see, this is the thing about the Raiders taking that ascension to being one of the better teams in the league. Good teams overcome things like this and they win.
Yeah.
Now look, like 70 to 75% of teams that come east and 1 o'clock, 10 o'clock games, they lose. Yeah. But these are the kind of games that the Raiders have to win. Yeah. Because look, man, when you really look at it, we are going into games where we're staring down the barrel at some of the best quarterbacks in football. Herbert, Burrow, Mahomes, Jackson. That's the Magnificent Four, really, right? So games like this, when you have a middling quarterback like a Tua turn the ball over, you got to win that game. Games when you're playing against Bo Nix, you got to win that game. Games when you're playing against a Deshaun Jackson who's been compromised the last few years, you got to win that game.
Well, this is the thing. This year, you guys, if we want to turn that corner, you got to beat a few teams that you maybe not supposed to beat, right? This is the year where you have the Bengals, the Chiefs twice, the Rams. There's a ton of teams over here, some playoff teams that technically, because of the way our season went last year, we're not supposed to win. We're not supposed to beat these teams. If you want to take that next step and show the NFL that you got to bust a few of these teams in the mouth. And I think that the Miami Dolphins, we're going to catch them lacking at the right time. That's the reason why.
And I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. I think these are those kind of those kind of watershed moments as a football team, when you make that ascension from being a team that's not looked at as one of the better teams in football and become a better team in football. These are the kind of obstacles you got to overcome.
Yep.
That 1 o'clock game.
Facts.
Miami, book that one. We got this one.
Salute to the 1,700 people in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Pay them bar tabs. Then November 24th, the following week, we have the Donkeys back at our place. We already talked about them early on. We're going to beat them again. Until proven otherwise, they're not beating us. I have us winning this game, coming off the bye week, 2-0 after the bye. How you calling this?
Retaining ownership as usual.
Okay.
We get that one. The Donkeys get swept. That's a must for us to get into that 10-11 win kind of echelon.
Mm-hmm.
You got those are two that you got to have.
Yeah, I love it. And then it gets interesting right here, Wasted, because you look at this. You look at that schedule right there, right? How many days later is that game?
5 days.
5 days. Black Friday.
Short week.
Black Friday on a short week. We get the Super Bowl champions at their place. This is going to be tough on a short week. You're playing against Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, all that talent that they have on the defensive side of the football. This is going to be a tough one. But guess what? Black Friday was made specifically for the Raiders, okay? I think every year the Raiders should have the Black Friday game at home. I think this is bullshit. I think the NFL is paying it, is doing this on purpose because we beat their beloved darlings Christmas Day last year, and they want to pull some bullshit and have Black Friday at Arrowhead. Well, guess what? We go to Kansas City, and we beat these motherfuckers on 5-day prep. I got us beaten. I beaten them at Arrowhead. How about that?
Yeah, I don't think you hit on anything prolific. I got us beating them, and I'm going to tell you why.
Hold on, bro. When you be in your shit,
hey, Graphk, could you shut the F up so I can get finished getting my goddamn thought out? What's wrong with you? Get the F out of here.
Disrespectful, man. You are disrespectful.
Yo, but in all seriousness, though, bro, this is the reason why I think that the Chiefs, I think this is the year that the Chiefs really are going to come unglued for not addressing their offense the way they should have. Okay. I think by the end of this season, you're going to see an older Travis Kelce. You're going to see Worthy.
Real quick, Wasted. Can we do something real fast? Real quick?
I don't know.
My apologies, brother. I have a good friend of mine that I want to bring on the show real quick. And, we want to break some news to the nation as well. But we also, for those who are unfamiliar with one of our guys, he does great work in the nation. And he does a lot of work outside of Raider Nation as well. One of my good guys, man, from Vegas Sports Today. I got my boy, Mike Dixon, in the building.
Hey, what's up, fellas? What's up,
brother?
What's up, Graphk? What's up, Raider Nation? How y'all doing today?
What's good? We just breaking down this season, man. We finally got the schedule finally locked in, even though the leaked one was exactly what it was. You know what I mean? So now we're sitting here an hour breaking down pretty much what we broke down earlier today. You know what I mean? But hey, real
this
quick,
is where you also get accurate information from.
There you have it. There you have it. Hey, real quick, man. Salute to everybody here in the chat. We got about 1,700 people in the building. Let everybody know who you are and what you do.
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Mike Dixon. I'm with Vegas Sports Today. As Graphk mentioned, we cover the Raiders, we cover the Golden Knights, boxing, UFC, and the Las Vegas Aces. Everything across the board. We do traditional writing on VegasSportsToday.com, but we also try to focus on local reporting, face-to-face with these athletes, so you can hear it from them directly. So this is what we do in a nutshell.
Hey, bro, you did something phenomenal yesterday. You caught AP and Tom Brady talking at the Aces game. And then there's a clip that you put up that went viral with Big Boy from Outkast and Tom Brady talking that everybody is starting to pick up steam. I'm starting to see. I see you out there moving and shaking, my brother. I'm proud of you, man.
Hey, thank you. And one thing that was left out in that clip, Big Boy's name is Antoine. So he told Tom Brady yesterday, he was like, I'm Twan Brady. So got a real nice chuckle out of that, and he said, "I miss you in fantasy football." So that was like a cool little moment that you will see on TMZ at some point today, but also published tomorrow. So, and meeting up with AP, walking into that Las Vegas Aces game, he's a man of the people. Wasted. He's familiar with boxing, just like you are familiar with boxing. And,
he's
the
deep in the box.
Champ. Exactly.
Yeah. Yes,
he
sir.
was walking amongst the people into the home opener. You know,
Yeah.
great guys like Muhammad Ali did that out in the community, out at sporting events.
Yeah.
So, you know, AP not trying to go away from the fans like other coaches did in the past. You know, that tells you a lot about that man's character as a leader amongst the
Yeah.
people. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So to me,
Hey,
I think that he's been sold this team, he's been sold this fan base, and that later half of the season when he ended up taking over for Josh McDaniels. And now this isn't just like a PR gimmick. This is the real deal. You
yeah.
know,
Yeah,
so
and I think fans can see that. You know, when you talk about a successful franchise and a successful organization, a lot of times a franchise takes on the identity of a particular person. And good leadership, as in life, sports, wherever, it starts from the top. And if you
Yeah.
get that level of leadership from the top, it's a trickle down effect that is going to pay dividends on the field, man. When you look at Max Crosby, Antonio Pierce kind of being lock and step. And then on the offensive side of the ball, the standard has been raised with the way Devontae Adams goes about his business. I'm very, very hopeful for this season, man. And I love the fact that Antonio Pierce is not a beyond reproach. When you have
right.
leadership that's beyond reproach, and I don't want to crap all over Josh McDaniels, but Josh McDaniels kind of had a level of arrogance that he didn't earn as a head coach. And I love that AP is being humble enough, but forceful enough to take this organization into the future.
And Mike, you're in this locker room that I'm in right now every week, right? You've seen
Yes,
the
sir.
difference between Josh McDaniels and AP, that the locker room press. You've seen it, like you've seen it firsthand. Like for everyone to praise AP, it's rightfully so, man. That guy is such a breath of fresh air to this organization, and he knows exactly what it means to be a Raider. I'm excited about this season, man. And I want to say, man, keep dropping that great exclusive content. Let everybody know where to follow you real quick on YouTube.
So you can go to Vegas Sports Today. We upload daily practice footages, interviews there. We also do clips on Twitter as well. But I want to touch on something that you and Wasted mentioned. You know, when Wasted said he's humble and he wanted to earn that position, like that's something that stood out when he said, I don't want to take that head coach office if it's not mine. He's
Yeah,
sitting in that linebackers. That tells you a lot about that man's character.
yeah,
You know, it's like I want to make sure my resume speaks for it on the field as an interim head coach, in which he did. And you know what the Tom Telesco said during the draft in the offseason. I'm sorry, that was Rich Gannon at the Raiders draft party. He said you need 30 guys like Max Crosby, Devontae Adams.
yeah,
That's going to turn around that franchise, and that's exactly how Antonio Pierce played as a player, and he's coaching players just like that.
yeah.
So, and to add on to yesterday, I was speaking with local media, and I was telling them, you know, Mark Davis has learned something with the Las Vegas Aces and the WNBA. Obviously, it's not quite the same because it's a different organization, it's a different sport. But Becky Hammond, she was brought in when she ended up taking over for Bill Lambert as a player's coach. And obviously,
Yeah.
Bill Lambert is a player and is a player's coach. But having the same gender, it does matter because
Yeah,
of the way
definitely.
you relate to these women. So,
Definitely.
you know, you bring it in a player's coach, you come in, win a championship your first season, and then you do it a second season. So Mark obviously identified that it works for that formula. It works for those franchises. It works for that system.
Yeah,
So, you know, that's something to keep an eye on.
So let me ask you
agreed.
a question, Mike. You know, you have the pulse of Las Vegas, right? And
And the link is right here too, Wasted. Just a heads up.
yeah,
Vegas
just
Sports
let
Today.
everybody hit the link. But I always wanted to ask somebody who was on the ground floor, ground zero in Las Vegas. The Raiders have always had a decided advantage when we were in Los Angeles and when we were in Oakland, as far as the home field advantage. These are Raider towns.
Mm-hmm.
California in general is a Raider state, right? In
Correct.
Las Vegas is such a transient town and it's such a new sports media market. Like, how close do you think the Raiders are to taking this town over, man? I think we're one playoff run away from just taking this town over because I see how much the Las Vegas fan base got behind the hockey team because they're winners.
Yep, Vegas born.
It's,
You're right.
it's night and day. I mean, how close do you think the Raiders are to really infecting and taking this town over and being the number one team in that market?
They've been the number one team in this market, even with the Vegas Golden Knights. And that's with all due respect to the Knights. That's with all due respect to the two-time champion Las Vegas Aces. But the true number one ticket in Las Vegas, sports and entertainment, is the Las Vegas Raiders.
There you have it. Period. 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 Hey, and like you said, Wasted, we're just one nice little playoff run away from just absolutely running off, running off with Vegas. Like I'm telling you, when we're there, you see it, you sense it. Every year since we've been there, at first it was a little, you know what I mean? But slowly but surely it's becoming a Raider town. Every time I go out there, I see more Raider stuff all over the place. Whether you're in Albertsons, it doesn't matter where you are, local gas stations, Raider stuff is everywhere. It is becoming a Raider town. And we already know that winning cures everything. Once we start to do that,
absolutely. You said something I want to add on to that. When the Raiders were announced and it was official that they were approved to come to Las Vegas, right? They were accepted with ease, right? Now, if you compare it to the Oakland A's, they're not accepted right now.
Yeah,
it's public funding, $380 million or half a million towards that. And they're saying that the local community, they don't want it, but it's a lot to digest and break down because it's so much involved, and we just can't pinpoint it to one exact thing. But it goes back to your original point that the Raiders were easily accepted here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we know the National Football League is the number one brand in entertainment.
Yeah,
easy. A lot of people say Disney. I say different. I say it's the National Football League.
I agree,
without question. And
Wasted. Women would say Usher, but I agree.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother ball of wax, right? But when we talk about entertainment in America, the Church of the National Football League reigns supreme. So I wouldn't expect for baseball to get that same kind of legs, right?
Correct.
I want to ask you something else, Mike, and this is just from your honest opinion. You covering this team and you covering the National Football League. How do you feel about Aiden O'Connell taking that ascension to being a viable starter in the National Football League? Like, how close do you feel he is to that?
He still needs development. It's going to be a competitive room, but what matters the most is Tom Telesco and AP's opinion. So if he thinks Aiden O'Connell deserved the first snap, he should get it. And we've seen enough from him. We've seen a small sample size from him on the field last season. And looking at the Raiders rookie camp last week, I was looking at that Luke Getsy offense. It's a lot of I've seen tight ends flanking on the outside, going in motions. So I can see a lot of 12 personnel running the ball. Yeah. So, and what did the Raiders draft Aiden O'Connell for last year? Short, quick, intermediate passes. Yeah. You take those shots downfield when you see it there. Now you add Michael Gallup, you add Devontae Adams into the fold. And the two tight ends, obviously we have a rookie in not Michael Mayer, but Brock Bowers.
Yes.
And, but it's going to open up between the hashes. So, I still need to look at a lot more of that. But before we continue that, I just want to say this. I was supposed to come here during the bye-week conversation on this NFL schedule, and I'm happy to announce that Graphk and Wasted, they will be a part of the Vegas sports team. We're going to be collaborating on a lot of things. But Graphk and Wasted, mainly, we're going to start with Graphk doing this tomorrow, covering the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight in Dallas, Texas. Wasted will be in the tri-state area, whether it's New York, New Jersey, covering the Shakur Stevenson fight. So, this is a organic media and friendship that has developed over the course of years. And, I'm really excited to have you guys bring your knowledge, your insight. And, you guys are in for a treat starting tomorrow and for the remaining of the season and beyond. So officially, welcome to the Vegas Sports Today team. I'm happy to be a part of the OVL. Sorry if I'm dropping the name right now.
It's all good, brother.
But you know what I mean.
Hey, I know you out there ripping and running right now. I know you probably at a hotel doing some things. We wanted to break the news today. You know what I mean? I just want to say, my brother, real quick, man, we appreciate you. Keep putting in that great work. Thank you for believing in us enough to help push your brand and do all that other stuff. And I want to say this real quick to those guys out there. We're not fan creators anymore, man.
Exactly. You guys been media. You've been media.
Yeah, we've been, but this is, we have been, but we're media. So Catch me tomorrow.
Can I reflect back on last season? And I'm speaking the truth. Now, there was amongst a lot of media and insiders, you guys were the first to obviously mention Marcus Peters, coming over to the Raiders. And there's a lot of more things that I haven't even mentioned just yet. But these athletes, these NFL personnel, these agents, they all trust you for a reason because you guys are credible. You're not, and you have respect from online. You have respect from face to face. And this is why you all are well respected. And this is why you guys have such a organic follow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that speaks for itself. It doesn't need any validation from anyone but you all. I want to make that abundantly clear.
Appreciate you, brother.
Hey,
let's do this, Mike. Whenever you get some time where you at the crib and we can get the laptop set up, I want to run this back. Let's talk about the draft. Let's talk about, you know what? Let's set this up for post June 1st. When those cuts start going, we free up some more money. We're gonna be off to the races. I would love to set up another show, brother, and get rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen. I promise y'all, this is not a flex. I got the EDC coming up over the next few days, and I'm going to tell you this. I am waiting to see what you guys do, and I can't wait to join you all for your post-fight press conference with Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, bringing this boxing knowledge together, mixed with Sean Tittel, Kenny King Jr., the entire crew, Raider Nation, and boxing community. So, shout out, by the way, to our folks out there, Boxing and Barbecue out in Dallas. Y'all got to connect. They out in Dallas
all day. Hey, plug us in, bro. We're gonna definitely do that. And tomorrow, expect a whole bunch of footage being sent your way. If you guys are in the local area out here in Dallas, it's gonna be at Arlington at Texas Live tomorrow. If you guys are around for the press, come kick it. Marquette King's gonna be with me tomorrow. I'm gonna have my brother out there tomorrow. We're gonna be vibing, kicking it, having getting as much footage as we can. Then afterwards, have a few drinks and celebrate at Texas Live. So if you guys are local, pull up on me, Texas Live, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, the presser. It's going to be fun. Pull up. Come, hey, let's have a few drinks afterwards. Let's have a ball. Mike, my brother, man.
Looking forward to your coverage, man. Thank you, man.
Let's
seriously.
Go. Come on, man. You already know. I'm going to hit you, brother, tomorrow before I head up out there. I know you out there handling business. Do your thing. We appreciate you for gracing our screen for a few. And keep grinding. And like I said, you need anything from us, you make sure you hit us up. You already know. Goes without being said.
Wait. No. Before y'all let me go, which game are y'all most excited to looking forward to this season on this schedule? Do you have one?
I got two. I got the Saints game, then I have whichever game we play the Chiefs. Because I want to really, they're the measuring stick. They're the champions. I want to go out there and go punch the bully in the mouth.
I would say New Orleans because of the DC, narrative, but also Wasted he hit the nail on the head right there. Like Kansas City at Allegiant Stadium, not Black Friday, but at Allegiant, because we have not been able to get over that hump. I want to beat them in our place. The last time they played there, they won a Super Bowl. We got to get that stank off us, Mike.
We got to exercise the demons of Super Bowls past.
Yeah,
we definitely do.
You know what's funny? We both agreed. Did you agree with me that we're going to beat them in Arrowhead, but we're going to lose at Allegiant Stadium?
Yeah. But the thing is, I don't want to sell too much opium. That's the only reason why.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well there you go. There you have it. So
believe it or not, I'm actually looking forward to the preseason because the 49ers, they're coming to Allegiant Stadium, and the Dallas Cowboys, they have some pretty deep squads. So I know it's going to be versus the 2s and the 3s, or sometimes the 3s and the 4s, but having two deep rosters like that, potentially playing out in Costa Mesa for training camp, then actually going back to Allegiant Stadium, like that's what I'm excited about because they're going against other guys. Yeah. And then to go back to the original question, I'm really looking forward to that Week 17 game against the New Orleans Saints. That is at the top of my list.
Well, we'll be there. We'll be there. I'm going to that game for sure. So, once again, if we need to get on that, let me know, brother. We'll be out there, definitely out there holding it down with the Saints game for sure.
Oh yeah, hey, we're gonna figure this out as we're gonna keep it coming with new information, new interviews. But right now, thank you guys for your time. I want my phone to die. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure, man, to be on y'all with the social media or it's over the phone, man. So thank you guys.
My brother, have a blessed day, man, and we'll chop it up tomorrow.
Absolutely. Looking forward to your coverage now, both of y'all.
Come on, man. You already know. And once again, you guys, the link is in the chat. I will put it back up on screen once again. Go follow our brother on YouTube. Exclusive stuff all over. I'm talking about from mini camp, training camp, locker room interviews, all of it. Our brother Mike Dixon puts on great content. Make sure you go follow our guy on YouTube. It's right here. Salute the Top Beats, one of our mod fathers. Once again, visit his website, vegasportstoday.com. You can go there and everything is there. The YouTube, everything.
Y'all will be joining us for simulcast on YouTube as well when it comes to Costa Mesa. So in training camp, other things. So I'm also looking forward to that collaboration in the future.
There you go. My dog. Have a blessed day, brother. We gonna like I said, we're gonna double back tomorrow.
Peace.
Right, thank you, fellas. Have a good one.
My brother. Salute, man, to our brother, man, Mike Dixon, for pulling up. Salute to our guy, man. Such a good dude. Yeah, man. Hey, we're gonna finish these last 4 games, but we had to break some news for you guys, man. We're trying to take the brand elsewhere. You know what I mean? Cover and you know what's funny? When Mike hit me up and said boxing, the first thing I thought was, I got a call wasted. I got a call wasted. You know what I mean? And Mike is such a solid dude. He's so in tune with everything that he was like, bruh, what? I pretty much that's a package deal anyway with y'all too. So what's up? Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? So I just want to say, hey, real quick, people saying congrats to you too, Wasted, man. Hey, we're moving and shaking, bro. We're doing more things. Just want to say, man, thank you to everybody in the chat for all the kind words.
Appreciate that, brother, and definitely congrats to you, man. What you've been doing, man, is amazing. I think it should be studied, bro, because this is a platform that was grown out of the mud, and there's a lot of platforms that have benefited, including myself, off of the platform that you've built. And I think not enough has been made of that. You know what I mean? And look, man, I'm not blowing smoke. I'm just being for real, bro. Yo, amazing what you've been able to do the last few years, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Let's get back to this. We just got done talking about smoke in Denver. I think we both, I had us beating Kansas City in Kansas City. Did you have us win or did you have us losing?
No, I had us winning.
Okay, so you have us winning. So December 8th, week 14, we head back to Florida. Feels like we just got home. And we're right back on the road out there to Tampa Bay to face Baker Mayfield and company. How are you feeling about this game out there? I think this is going to be pretty quick for me. And I know they're a playoff team. I know they won the division last year. I know they have a nice coaching staff and they have some nice talent on that roster. But I want to know what you got first.
This is a 1:00 game, and this is a game that I think the Raiders change the trend and go out there and beat the odds and go out there and beat this team. This team is really the tallest little person. They are a team who won the division in the worst division.
We're wasting being politically correct and shit.
Yeah, I have to, right? I have to, right? But yo, listen, this is a team that is in the worst division of football. So, this is a team that probably would be the worst team in our division, even with Baker Mayfield. With Baker Mayfield. And the only thing is Mike Evans is always formidable, but at the end of the day, he can't beat us alone. This is a team that is devoid of talent as it pertains to us and our roster. We're just a better football team. We should definitely win this game.
Yeah, no, facts. I got us winning this game. I know it's on the road. I know it's far east. It's another 10 a.m. game, but I got us beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then we go home, man. I believe this is Monday Night Football. It's kind of awkward that we didn't get too many nationally televised games, but they give us one against the Atlanta Falcons, December 16th. And at this point, we don't know who we're going to be facing. Wasted. Could it be Kirk Cousins? Could it be Michael Penix Jr.? They have a shit ton of talent on the offensive side of the football with Drake London and Kyle Pitts, and they have a great running game. Their defense started propelling last year. Now they have Raheem Morris as a head coach. I'm going to be real with you. He should have been a head coach. I know he's been a great defensive coordinator, but I feel he should have got another opportunity earlier than this. But hey, everything works itself out for a reason. I think this is a closer game than most may think, because they think of the Atlanta Falcons. They think, I got this being a close game, but I got us pulling this off Monday Night Football.
Yeah, and the reason why I got us pulling this off is getting at home cooking.
Yeah.
Getting at home cooking. Now we
owe them one too, Wasted. We owe them one. That brutal beating
Yo, Matt Ryan opened up that fresh can on us.
Yes.
That was something different. Now, whether you have a Michael Penix Jr. under center or whether you have a Kirk Cousins under center, what you do have is you have a Raider defense that'll be able to get after whoever that quarterback is nicely. Now, they have a lot of skill position guys. This is a team that people are kind of waiting for everything to come together, man. You know, you got blue chip talent, Drake London. You got blue chip talent, Bijan Robinson. Blue chip talent
all across the board.
All Pitts.
Yeah.
Like, you know, all across the board, you have blue chip talent. But what they don't have is a blue chip offensive line.
Yeah.
You know, so I got the Raiders this one. I mean, their line's pretty decent, but it's not the greatest. It's not like they're world beaters and they have the kind of offensive line that is going to be able to stop, you know, a Max Crosby and Tyree Wilson and Malcolm Kuntz and all the guys that we have up front. I think that's where we win this game. That's the reason why the trenches are so important. Listen, the shortest distance between 2 lines is a straight line. And I think this is a Christian Wilkins special. We will be winning this game.
So what they get? They got Rook. They reached a lot in this draft. I thought that, you know what? Salute to everybody here. Guess what? I'm finally going to say somebody had a bad draft. I think that Atlanta reached. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Michael Penix Jr., but you have Kirk Cousins on your roster. Then they took Rook, the defensive tackle out of Clemson, which I like a lot, but I had like more of a 3rd round, 4th round grade. I think he's a developmental product. I
think you're absolutely right about this. The first time I've agreed with you today. Bang Zoom, Greg.
Oh shit! I may be wrong now. Then if you're agreeing with me, but I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? So, look, you know what? I got us winning this football game. You know what I mean? And yeah, it is what it is. Salute to Hug D's, my dog, my brother, the my father himself. I appreciate you. Salute to all the new members in the building because of our my father. Hug D's, man. Salute to Spivey again. Wasted any info on the Gruden thinks about this. We're gonna talk to Gruden at the end. We're gonna talk to him because
we had an in-depth conversation with him.
Yeah, we wanted to get his take on, you know, the whole ineligible and all that other stuff. We got a few more games. All right, December 22nd, Trevor Lawrence and company, Miss East Coast Gridirons, you know, a team, man. You know, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars, the AEW of the NFL, coming into our place. How do you feel about this right here, man? I mean, they made some moves in the offseason, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people are not high on Trevor Lawrence, including East Coast Gridiron, a Jacksonville Jaguar fan. But it's going to be interesting to see who's at quarterback here, because if Gardner Minshew's there, former Jacksonville Jaguar, he may be out for blood. You know what I mean? How do you feel about this game, December 22nd at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars?
I feel like these are one of the 4 games that we need. We need this game. You need this game if you're going to get to that double-digit win thing. This is a team that has a decent roster. But this is a team that's coming all the way west, and playing us at, you know, late in the season.
Yep.
We have to see if they're going to be able to keep Trevor Lawrence upright. Trevor Lawrence has been a guy who is built very, very thinly. You know, a lot of people overlooked that when they were evaluating him in the draft. Trevor Lawrence is a guy who I don't know how he's going to deal with all of this losing. I think he lost 1 game in college, 1 or 2 games in college. He didn't really lose at all in high school. And now he comes to the National Football League where he's getting knocked around like a piñata, and they didn't do much to help his cause up front.
And guess what? Once again, you guys, another team that had a bad draft. I like the Brian Thomas Jr. pick out of LSU. He was there at 23. They took him off the board. Mason Smith, defensive tackle out of LSU. I know a lot of people are high on him. I'm not that high on him, but I'm looking across they took Javon Foster, the tackle out of Missouri at 114. I thought that was a reach. They took Jordan Jefferson, another defensive tackle out of LSU at 116. I thought that was a reach. I just don't think that they really made strides in terms of their draft class. Yes, they have, Josh Allen out there. He's a phenomenal talent. But I don't think that they have enough to get it done versus us, especially at home week 16, because I think we're going to be fighting for something here. And I don't know if Jacksonville is, So I got us winning this football game. December 29th. This is who would have thought, bro, that potentially Derek Carr can somehow, some way ruin our playoff chances possibly this late in the day.
Look, this is Raider karma, right? It always happens to us, right?
Yeah.
This is why the National Football League made this game this late in the season. I think the odds makers for the league kind of see and they know that this team was going to be better. They know that we're going to be fighting for something at this point in the season. They know that the Saints, being in one of the worst divisions in football should be fighting for something.
Mm-hmm.
This is poetic justice.
Yeah.
This is poetic justice right here.
My Raiderdom will never allow me to say we're going to lose this game at all. Even if I felt like we were, I can't do it.
You know why I don't think we're losing this game? Because look, when you look at it, you talk about quarterback coach combo, right? Dennis Allen has been a woeful head coach. He's been woeful. Dennis Allen should not, like when you see a guy like a Raheem Morris twisting in the wind, not getting a job, and this bum has a job, this guy's horrible.
Yeah.
He's a horrible head coach. And I'm going to be honest with you.
I like Kubiak, though. I like him coming in and running that offense.
Yeah, but he's not the head coach. And what's going to wind up happening is one or two things. Either they go through this division and they get lucky off of the fact that they're the most talented team in that division on paper, or Dennis Allen is going to Dennis Allen this thing up, and they're going to be a mediocre team, and we're going to have to go in there and show what we're made of and win a game we should win.
You know what New Orleans is lacking wasted that we have and they don't? It's kind of fucking crazy when you think about it. Like, think about what we have that they don't. Realistically. Brock Bowers!
F out of here with that Brock Bowers. Nah, I knew you were gonna do it. I shouldn't even fell for it. Brock Bowers, get the F out of here, Graphk. Yeah. I mean, how long is this gonna go on? How long is this gonna go on?
Until it's a thing, it's gonna go on forever, man. I need to hear
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ship an elf to your house to hit you in the nuts every time you say
Yo,
it has to stop.
Now, you guys, people are not gonna want to hear this. All right, week 18, we got the Chargers. I think that this shit. Wow, here we go. Mikey, I'm gonna call you back. I know where you're calling. I know what you're calling for. He's calling to say, Barack. He wants to do it too. Mikey, I got you, bro. Give me a second, okay? But week 18, I got us losing to the Chargers. What have we done pretty much every year? We've been splitting with these guys.
Yeah, we split with them right
Mikey's
now.
He's not gonna stop calling.
Wait, just let him say it.
Go ahead, Mikey.
Hey man, are you guys live?
Oh, are we live?
Yeah.
We're definitely live.
Yeah, man. It's been I've been hearing some shit around. Heard about this dude named Brock.
Yes!
Get out of here, Mikey.
Salute to Mikey, my brother Miguel, hitting him with the second Brock. I love it. I got to
get out of here unceremoniously. You man,
bro. Hey, bro, you were getting jumped the Ballard way.
It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. Yo, I never thought.
Week 18, we split it up. We split it with the Chargers. I got a loss week 18. I think that Jim Harbaugh and those guys are fighting, to try and make a statement at the end of the year. I think that they're going to be up and down this season, but I have us losing. I got to split it with the Chargers. What do you got week 18?
You know what? I'm going to go totally homer here, and I got us beat.
Okay.
Get F out of here. Now, the only reason why I see us losing this game is that we've already got the playoffs salted away and locked up, and we don't have to play our starters.
Okay.
But if it's a game we got to have, I got us winning it.
Okay. Now, a few of these games, you guys, because it looks like we just went absolutely insane with our predictions. A few of these games I had initially going different, okay? The Cleveland Browns, if they're healthy and Deshaun Watson and they're firing on all cylinders on the offense side of the ball, I have us losing that game. I'm sorry, like that stout defense with that offense on paper, if they have it going, I have us losing to the Browns. But I think Deshaun, with that shoulder injury, I don't trust him coming out there and being that guy. Then you look at some of these other ones that we have as wins, the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is one that can go either way. It's a coin toss for me. You know what I mean? There's a few games here that can go opposite. Because right now, I'm gonna be real, it look like we like fucking 14-3 or some shit. Like that don't even sound right. we just homered this out for real, bro. Like,
yo, listen, it sounds good to me, damn it.
I'm trying to see. All right, so Chargers
like music to my ears, man.
Chargers win. All right, we're gonna go Carolina win. We said the Browns, Broncos, Steelers. Okay, Rams I had losing, Chiefs I had losing, Bengals I had as a win. Miami I had it as a win. My Denver, damn, bro. Yeah, Kansas City. The Atlanta game can go either way too. At Tampa Bay, I got 10 wins right there. and it gets a little tricky there. But a few of those games can go other ways. We're not winning.
Browns win, it's the time of year that we're playing the Browns. They're not going to give up on Deshaun Watson. Now, Deshaun Watson, in 2020, he was a superstar, one of the 3 best quarterbacks in the league. And then he went 2 seasons without playing. And then in 2022, had 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, 5 picks, right? Last year, 1,000 yards, 7 tutties, 5 picks, and he didn't play a lot. So this guy hasn't really played since 2020. It's now 2024, right? And I haven't seen a quarterback lose that much steam and come back and be the kind of player he once was. I haven't seen that in a long time. I don't know if Deshaun Watson makes it out of this season as their starter. Okay. I don't know that.
Well, you know what? For Homer's sake, I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to go back and say we lose to Cleveland. I got us 2-2 in those first 4 games. I think that Cleveland's going to be firing on all cylinders. They're going to be healthy, and I have us losing that game. So,
all right, if I'm going to go and do some little revisionist, I'm going to agree with you with the Steeler game. If I'm being honest, I'm going to agree with you with the Steeler game because Mike Tomlin is Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
right?
And see, those are the 2 games that I'm really, really looking at that can go either way. You know what I mean? So let's just say that we're salute to Evil Mitch. I know the schedule is tough. It won't be easy. We'll get hit hard in battle, but one chosen thing, save his name. Brock Bowers. Salute to Evil Mitch. Salute to Lord Buddy Bear as well. Second year in a row that week 2 is the game that scares me the most. Tom Brady fumbled. Nothing that guy ever does will make me forget that. Raiders. Salute to Lord Buddy Bear, my guy in the building.
Powerful Lord Buddy.
Salute to my brother, man. Jason's still in the building. I got to get out of here and meet him for cigars here in a second. But I'm going to say this. I got the Pittsburgh game and the Cleveland. Those are the 2 games that I'm looking at. I really have us beating Cincinnati and Miami, bro. I really have us beating those teams. So I'll go Chargers 1, Carolina 2, Denver 3, Cincinnati 4, Miami 5, Denver 6, Kansas City 7, Tampa 8, Falcons 9, Jacksonville 10, and then the Saints 11. So I'm going to go with 11, and that's always been my ceiling in terms of what the Raiders can do this year. 11-6. My basement is 9-8. So we're not winning 13 games. I got to take that back. I got to walk that one back. So I'm sorry, you guys. I got to walk it back. But I got 10, 11 wins this season, and we get into the playoffs.
Yeah, listen, I look at that sentiment. I'm gonna use a little more hope and have us winning 12 games this year, and the reason why. Look, and this is the reason why you have a lot of teams that are on our schedule who really, man, can really go up or down. You don't have a lot of teams that are as established as the Chiefs are. You know what I mean? Like even with the Rams, man, the Rams are in a bad way right now with their quarterback situation. You don't know what Matthew Stafford you're going to get. You don't know what Deshaun Watson we're going to get. And I think there's a changing of the guard. The same way we see in the NBA this year, there's been a changing of the guard. It's not boilerplate anymore. You're not going to see Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Stephen Curry running the league. I think with the quarterback hierarchy in the National Football League, there is a changing of the guard coming. And I think guys like Deshaun Watson, guys like Russell Wilson, guys like Matthew Stafford are a thing of the past. And I think we're going to benefit from that.
Wasted, did you say something?
Hey, Graphk, don't even start with your nonsense. The Brock Bowers nonsense. Get that F out of here.
I'm fucking around. Okay, hold on real quick. Okay. I just got my bro Mike's message as well. Salute to everybody here in the building. We kind of wanted to have some fun and go over this schedule. Some things will change. Like I said, that Cleveland and Pittsburgh game are the games I'm kind of teetering with. For some reason, I have this strange feeling that we're going to beat Cincinnati and beat Miami. I don't even have an L attached to those two games. So those 2 games. I don't know why, bro. It just feels like.
I don't know why you don't have an L attached to these games, man. I tell you, who took an L, man. Me. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I've been waiting around, man, to really come on the air and talk to you, Graphk, man. How you been doing, man?
I've been good, brother.
No one gives a shit how you been doing, Graphk, because I'm going to tell you something. You sold me down the river more times than I'd like to think, man. Let me tell you something, man. The NFL stands for not for long, man. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm not going to stop until I bring this to the Supreme Court of the United States, man. Even though they said I can't bring this to court, I'm going to continue to do this. Because you know why, man? Everybody's getting on old Gru, man, for saying a few colorfully racist things. I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm not the only one here, man. I'm going to tell you something, man. You guys ever watch New Jack City, man? You ever watch New Jack City?
Yes, man.
That's right. Listen, man, I'm going to be just like Nino Brown. Understand? I'm bringing everybody down with me, man. It was Kareem Akbar, the educated brother from the bank, man. I'm not the only one, man. You think I'm just sitting here in a vacuum, just saying things, nobody's pushing back on me. I'm the only guy in all of
Hey, Drew, are you your brother's keeper?
Yes, I am, man. And Jay Gruden was, you know me. Let me tell you something, Graph. Let me tell you something, man. You made me lose it, man. You almost made me lose it, man. I'm going to tell you something, man. You can take this to the bank. You can knock on wood if you're with me, man. Roger Goodell is a baby back bitch. He has a head like a gallon of milk, man. I'll just tell you just like that, man. Yeah, I never seen a guy's head that's symmetrical, man. It looks like a pack of cigarettes, man. So now I'm not getting my money from the NFL. I'm just going to go up on everybody, man. Let me tell you something, man. F wasted talent too, man. He didn't have my back, man. Why do you think I'm friends with this guy? I wanted him to have my back through all of this, man. And he has said nothing to support me through this, man. So F you and wasted, man. I don't know if I'm going to be coming back on your podcast anymore, Graphk.
Hey, you know what, Gru? That's cool, because guess what? You are now ruled ineligible.
I'll tell you what's ineligible, Graphk. Brock Bowers, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm going to help waste it, man. I'm going to take some of the $100 million I stole from the Raiders, man, and send a midget to your house to hit you in the nuts every time you say it, man. It's better at your fucking.
Hey, guess what? Gru wasn't politically correct.
I never am, man. That's why I'm in the situation I'm in now, man.
Salute to John Gruden, former Raiders head coach, man. I'm sorry, Mr. Non-Gruden, you know, for obvious legal reasons.
Hey, man, listen.
Non-Gruden.
Hey, man. Look, only thing that's for sure, like the great wrestler Sting said, is nothing's for sure.
Yo, hey, good luck moving forward in your court proceedings and burning hell. Salute to John Gruden. Salute to Spivey. I watched the Tuck Rule game in a pizza parlor in Willows, California. Threw a beer mug at the TV screen. Management equal pissed. We will win this, man. Salute to my guy Spivey, man. Appreciate everybody for rocking. Appreciate for Gru for pulling up, man. Yeah, I guess every time I do the Barack, I'm gonna get kicked in the nuts. By a midget. So there you have it. Waste, you got anything to tell everybody on the way out, man?
No, I think it's better enough.
Yo, other than that, you guys, you know, we broke down the schedule. You know what I mean? We'll get a little more in depth with certain games as it gets closer to the season. It's going to be kind of slow here the next few weeks, you guys, until post-June, those cuts, you know, all that money gets freed up. We're going to start seeing some things move and shake. Until then, we're going to keep moving the needle behind the scenes, trying to push our brand forward. Once again, salute to Mike Dixon and him and his company out there, man, for believing in me and my brother Wasted. I will be covering the press conference tomorrow, you guys. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. If you guys are in the Dallas area and want to come pull up. We'll be out there at Texas Live tomorrow in Arlington covering the press conference, man. So, and any fight moving forward that's in the tri-state area, if you guys are around, Wasted will be covering it also. If you guys want to go out there and meet up with our brother, get some coffee or something, man, you know what I mean? Chop it up with him. Make sure you hit our brother up as well. Other than that, man, salute to everybody here in the building. We appreciate you guys. As always, salute to DeMarcus Gruden, pull the rock. It doesn't matter what you think. Salute to DeMarcus, man. Salute to Jason on the way out, too. You're right. We ain't winning 11. We winning 13. Who the F is you, fam?
Damn right, Jason Hunter. You let him know.
And congrats. Hey, Jay, let me know if you're still down to meet right now, man. Definitely, I'm going to call you right after this. Salute to my guy, Justin Churchill, also a great writer, man, out there based out of, I believe, Phoenix, Arizona, somewhere out there in Arizona. Salute to my guy, man. He always shows us love on Twitter and all that good stuff. If you guys can, follow our guy, Justin Churchill, on Twitter. Great writer for the Raiders. Puts out a lot of good content, man. Salute to my guy, Justin, man. Other than that, man, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. We wanted to have some fun. You're right. This live was definitely leather. Salute to our guy, man. Appreciate you all. And we out. One.
Peace.
time